Hey guys, welcome back to Mark the Point. We are going to be playing or looking at a strategy that's probably a very conservative style of play. A lot of times when you're first walking up to the table for the first time, or even if you're kind of shaky on your bankroll, you're like, you know what, I don't want to go in there and just lose a lot of money. What is a good way of playing that you can say, I'm gonna walk up to the table. I don't know if it's hot, I don't know if it's choppy. You kind of get a little bit of scruffle from you kind of get a little bit of wishy-washy for some of the players. Well, a way of playing that is playing both sides of the table. Now, a lot of people call it a hybrid style play, whatever you want to call it. Now, this system is very common to YouTube. It's very common to most craps players. Some people even do. A lot of people show this type version of crap, so it's not just something that's just made up. This is out there, okay? But here's the overall idea. The idea is to play the most common numbers on the table. The most common numbers are the 7, of course, is the most common number to roll, the 6 and the 8. So the 6, 7, 8. For the most part, guys, you can't lose on this system. It is playing the most three common bet numbers on the table. Okay. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to start off on the don't pass. Now remember, on the don't pass, on the come out roll, when the puck is off, it's currently off right now. That's when you place this bet down there. A 7 or 11, that's 8 combinations. If somebody rolls a 7 or an 11, you're going to lose this bet. Okay. Then you either have to replace it or just leave it out, leave it empty handed. Okay. Or a 2 or a 3, if a 2 or a 3 is rolled, you're going to win this bet. It's the opposite of the pass line for the most part. The only difference is you would a 12 would be a push and nothing happens. Let's just say you bypass it and it goes to the 9. Okay, the point is on the 9 right now. What you're going to do is, I play this a little bit different than probably you may have seen. I'm going to go out there for $60 each on the 6 and 8. Okay. The reason why I want to go out there for $60 is because I want to try to regress a little bit, put some money back into your rack if one of these bets hit. Now let's talk about your holes in the system. Every strategy has a hole. Every strategy can win. Every strategy can lose. In this crap strategy, here is your hole. At this point in time, remember, when the point is set, it works the opposite as a pass line, meaning if you roll a 9 after the point is set and you roll a 9, you're going to lose your don't pass. Okay. You'll lose that bet and the bet would turn off. Remember, by default, your 6 and 8 are turned off unless you tell them you want it working. Now, you have options. Do you want to go back out there with a don't pass? That's totally up to you. If you want to go back out there and try to use another $50 on a new shooter, you can, or you can say, you know what, I'm gonna play it naked and only play a 6 and 8 from there. You can have a set amount of money that you want to use per shooter. That's totally up to you and your risk factor. Let's just say we do end up going back out there. Again, you're still at risk one more time when the puck is off with the 7 and the 11. So a terrible situation is if they hit a 7 or 11 on the come out, again, you would lose this bet. However, a 2 or 3, you would win that bet. All right. Now, let's just say for the second time, you've bypassed the come out roll, and now it's on the 10. Okay. A terrible situation, again, would to be if you hit a 7 right now, because you've already lost $50. And then what's going to happen is you will win $50 here if you hit a 7, but you're going to lose 120 just like that. So again, you're basically losing $60 by that happening, plus your initial 50, which is over $100. That is the risk of this system. The 7 does come, and when it comes prior to hitting the 6 and 8, you're very vulnerable. Okay, now let's talk about what happens if you do hit a 6 or an 8. All right. Again, each of these bets are at $60 each. That'll pay me $70. Okay, it'll pay me 70. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull down one of my bets. So this is going to come back to my rack. Okay, that's going to go back to my rack. And I'm going to split the 6 and 8. What that's doing is that's limiting my risk exposure to what I have on the table. I still have $50 on the don't pass. Now I have $60 on the 6 and 8. So I'm pretty much setting myself up for a break even situation, but I've pulled money back and secured it back to my rack. Okay. Right. At this point in time, it's totally up to you how you want to manage your presses. If you get another 6 or an 8, that's totally up to you. Now it's going to pay you $35. What you can do is you can drop down $2. Listen, totally up to you. You can collect it straight out or you can press it. You can press it by 10 or 12 in this case, drop down $2 to make it 42 and collect the quarter. Or you could say, you know what, take me all the way to back up to $60. That's up to make it right. You can take it back up to $60, and that goes back to your rack. One other option that you have, again, always trying to give you options of how you can press a bet. What you could do is you can collect that the $12 there or the $10 and say take my 6 and my 8 up to 42. That's basically saying press them both 12 each, which is actually not a terrible idea if you want to do that, because you're basically already getting a lot of your money back. You could take those both up to $42. They'll give you $1 back. And so now that's going back to your rack. But each of these bets now will pay you 50 for one, because it's a $42 bet. They'll pay you 50 for one. Again, just trying to give you some pressing opportunities that you can do while you're playing craps or while you're betting. There's some betting patterns that you can do. Okay, guys, we're going to roll this out. We're going to see how we do, if we can make some money. And let's see if we can do some live rolls. And here we go. All right, guys, we are all set, ready to roll. What I have here is a $500 bankroll. $500, again, a lot of people don't come in with $1,000. A lot of people don't come with $2,000. You can level this down to at any point in time, any level you want to. $5, $15, $20, it don't matter, whatever style table you want to play it at. In this case, we're going to be doing it at the quarter level at $50 on the don't pass, and then, of course, your 60 on the 6 and 8 with a regression. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and drop down the 6 and 8 on the don't pass. And again, no hedging. We are not going to hedge our bets. We're going to play them straight out as is, okay? And that's going to be the 4, the big Joe, 314, okay? So let's mark the point on the 4. That's a good bet to have your don't pass on, okay? So we're going to drop down to $120. So on the 6 and 8, go them at $60 each, okay? Just like that. So $60 each on the 6 and 8. And remember, we're betting for the 6, the 7, and the 8. 6, 7, 8. That's your 3 bets, okay? And here we go. And there's a 6. That's going to be the 5-1 easy 6. That's perfect. So that's going to pay me $70, okay? Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull that bet down, okay? So this is going to come back to my rack. So I've recouped a lot of my money so far. That money comes back to my rack, and I'm going to split the 6 and 8, just like that, and keep it going. Come on, shooter. And that's going to be the boxcars 12. Now, I want to say one thing I did not say a while ago. Here's an option here. And I probably should have caught this a second ago. You do have a bet on the 4, meaning you're working against the 4. You're hoping that the 4 does not roll prior to the 7. Now, there's a way you can hedge if you want to. It's not a win-roll bet, which is why I'm okay with this style hedge, not on the come-out roll. Because if you do want to put $5 on the hard 4, so basically there's 3 combinations of the 4. There's a 3-1, the 1-3, and a 2-2, right? That means if a hard 4 comes out, you'll still get paid $35 and lose 50, so you're basically only losing 15. So let's go ahead and do that. If we do get an even number, a 4, 6, 8, or 10, we're going to cover the hard ways with at least $5, which covers most of your don't pass bet. Okay, and let's keep it going. All right, that's going to be the 10, the 6-4. Move that back over. And that's the hard 10 this time, back-to-back 10s. Still no help to me. And there's a 4-3-7. Okay, now let's show you what that's going to look like. So remember, you're going to lose these 2 bets. Okay, both these will come back, but you will get paid $50 here on the don't pass. So remember, you brought money back to the table. You just got paid $50 more, so you're actually in pretty good shape. But you do lose hard way, and you're ready to roll. So let's turn the puck off and get it reset back up. Here we go. And that's going to be the 5-1-6. Now, we did not talk about what happens whenever you have a 6 as a point. It doesn't make no sense to play the 6, 7, and 8 when you're working against a 6. So what we are going to do, we're going to put $5 on the hard way. Now it'll pay me $45 if it hits a hard way, okay? Which means I only have a $5 loss. But we are only going to play at this point in time the 8, okay? We're going to play the 8. We're not going to play the 5 and 9 because we just want to limit ourselves to the 6, the 7, and the 8 with the hard way. Now, it's totally up to you if you want to regress this bet or keep it as is. Right now, you do not have a ton at risk, so I would say at this point in time, just keep that a $60 bet if it hits, okay? Here we go. And that's going to be the 4-1-5, no field 5. And there is an 8. That's perfect. That's a 6-2. Okay, so what's going to happen, that will pay me $70. Now, again, last time I reduced it down. At this point in time, you're only playing the 6, or you're only playing the don't 6 and the 8. let's just keep it on there and see if we can kind of generate some money. Basically, that bet is paid for, so you're playing it for free anyways. Let's go ahead and roll it out, okay? Here we go. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3. Craps 3, no help. And there's a 4, 3, 7. Okay, hey, still not a bad way to play, because here's what happened. You're going to lose these bets, okay? But you just got paid on your 8, $70, and now you're getting paid on your technically your 6 or your 7, whatever you want to let. So that's going to come back to the rack. And so now you're putting money back into your rack. The puck is off, and let's do it again. Okay, here we go. And now that is a 7. That is the puck is off. So what happens when the puck is off? You remember, you will lose this bet. So that's your vulnerability. That's your hole in the system. We are not going to hedge it with a 7. We're not going to hedge it with any 7. We're not going to hedge it with 11, because too many of those times we'll end up bleeding your money anyways. Okay, so let's go back out there. We are in profit. So go back out there for $50, just like that. And let's try it again. Here we go. Here we go. And there's a 9. That's going to be the center field 9, 6-3. Okay, let's mark the point on the 9. Let's drop down another $120. So that's going to go $60 each on the 6 and 8, just like that. And let's do it all over again. Let's go. And that's a 5, 2, 7. Okay, you know what? That's going to be how that's how it is sometimes, right? So what's going to happen is you will win $50 here. You will lose both of these bets. So these bets will come back out a net loss of about $60 there. Okay, or maybe a little bit more. Let's put that back into the rack and turn off the point, and let's do it again. Here we go. And it's going to be on the 5, the 4, 1. Okay, no field. Let's mark the point on the 5, and let's do this again, guys. Let's drop down $120. So here and here. So we're all set up, ready to roll. Got 120 on the bet, and let's go, shooter. All right, that's going to be on the 9, 5, 4. No help to me. Look for a 6. Look for an 8. And there's an 8, 6, 2. Perfect, easy 8. Okay, so that's going to pay me $70, right? I'm going to pull one of these bets back. So this is all going to come back to my rack. And I'm going to split the 6 and 8 now. Boom, just like that. All right, here we go. And there's a 10, big Ben down there on the end. No help. And there's 6, 5, 1. Perfect. Okay, so again, you have options. How do you want to bet this thing? Several different ways you can do it. It's totally up to you how you want to bet it. So what I'm going to do is it's going to pay you $35. Okay, so you can collect the $10. I think this is what we're going to do. We're going to collect the $10, and we're going to press this thing up to make them both look like 42. So you're going to press them both up 12 each by using that $25 chip. And of course, they're going to give you $1 back. And so now that's coming all back to your rack. Let's go ahead and move these over. All right, just like that. So now each of these bets, if they hit again, will pay you 50 for 1 or $49. And that's going to be on the 9, center field. No help. And there's a 6, 5, 1. Perfect. That kind of like rolled right there at the end there. That's going to pay me 50 for 1, basically. So 50 for 1. I'm going to pull this bet back. I'm going to collect both of those. Remember, you had 1 loss earlier. Let's just go ahead and collect that loss back, put it back into the rack, and keep it going. And that's going to be the hard 10. End up on the dice there. A hard 10. No help to me, though. And there's the hard 6. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, that's going to pay me 50 for 1. At this point in time, you can go ahead and press them up if you want to, even more. Or you could just press up the 6. You have totally different ways of playing it. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to call it 50 for 1. We're going to press up the 6. So what we can do is we can pull all this bets back, put this back into the rack, just like that. And now it looks like a $60 bet, right? And that's going to be a 9, 5, 4. No help. And there's an 8, 6, 2. Perfect. We can do that exact same thing. Okay, that'll pay me 50 for 1. I'm gonna pull that $1 back. It's gonna look like 60. This comes back to your rack just like that. Okay. So now the 6 and 8 both look like 60 again. Again, totally up to you how you want to do this. If you do get another hit, you could regress them all the way back down to secure more profit. Up to you, or you can continue to press them, bet them, however you want to do it. Okay. Let's keep it going. And that's going to be the hard 6. Is that a back-to-back hard 6 that we've gotten? I love it. Okay, so that's going to pay me $70. That'll pay me $70. Again, how do I want to do it? I'm probably just going to collect this one, put it back into the rack. No reason to get too greedy with it. Okay, here we go. And there's a hard, wow, back-to-back hard ways. How often do you see that? That's a hard 8 this time. Again, that's going to pay me $70. I'm not playing my hard ways on this video. I have several videos where I play hard ways, and this one is not, though, right? So I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and press it up. Yeah, you know what? Let's go and collect it. We're going to collect it one more time, and then maybe we can start pressing them up again. Okay, we've collected both of them. And that's going to be the 5. Okay, so that is going to be a loser. Okay, we're going to lose our point. So let's pull this bit back. We will lose that. We turn the puck off. You know what? We're in profit. So how do we want to do this? We can go ahead and put this back out here. Back out for a don't pass. You know what? We got some money in a rack. Kind of play around a little bit. And I hope that we bypass the come out roll. Okay, here we go. And that's a 1, 2, 3. That's actually a great scenario. Because remember, on the come out roll, a 2 or 3, you're going to win that bet. So let's put that back into the rack, just like that. Okay, here we go. Come on, shooter. And it's going to be back on the 5, the 4, 1. Okay, mark the point on the 5. Come on, shooter. Let's do it. And there's a 4, 3, 7. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. We've had some good hits, right? We did get this thing built all the way back up, which is great. And what's going to happen is you will win $50 here. Turn the puck off. This goes back into your rack. And we're going to get it ready, set back up again. We got the $50 ready going and don't pass. And here we go. And that's going to be the hard 4. Let's mark the point on the 4. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is drop down our hard 4. Okay, remember, so it's a 4, a 6, 8, or 10 is going to drop the hard ways. And we're going to drop down 60 each for the 6 and 8. Just like that. And ready to roll. Let's go, shooter. Looking for 1, 6, or 8. Come on. And that is the 4, 2, 6. Easy 6. Beautiful. That's going to pay me $70. Okay. I'm going to pull down my 8. It doesn't matter which one you pull down because you're going to split them anyways. Pull down this bet. Okay. It's going to go back to the rack. And I am going to go ahead and grab a few of these red chips real quick. That's going to be $100. Going to give myself $100 in greens. That's fine. All right. Now we're going to split the 6 and 8. So split those up. And all right, here we go. All right, that's going to be a 3 craps 3. No help. Oh, there we go. Pull that back. No help. And there's a 10. Still no help. Just looking for 6 or 8. And 9. 6, 3. No help. Aces. Dots in both places. Come on, shooter. And there's a 6, 1, 7. Okay. You know what? It happens. All right. So we're going to pull these back. It's okay. We are going to get paid $50 here. So that's going to come back. Let's go and pull everything back. Let's see how we ended up doing. And let's turn the puck off, pull these back, and see how we did. Remember, we did start with $500. Let's see if that's $500 there, just to make sure. That's 1, correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 500. So that is our original starting bankroll. Everything else is profit, which is good, right? So we got 1, 2, 350, 375. That's 400. 425, 435, 42. $442 profit, guys. I'll take that all day long. This is a good system. Remember, you're betting a 6, 7, 8, a little bit of a hybrid style, betting on all the most common numbers to hit, and still making good money with a regression. I love it. Over $400 in profit, guys. Tell me what you think about it in the comments section. And if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. It'll really help out the channel. Almost at 10,000 subscribers, which is really close. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. Until next time, mark the point and stay awesome.